If you're watching this, there's a good chance that you're thinking about refinancing your car loan. But let's be real, nobody wants to deal with a mountain of paperwork, confusing fine print, or surprise fees. Maybe your interest rate is too high, maybe your monthly payments are just stressing you out, or maybe you're just trying to be smart with your money. I'm Alex, and in this video, I'm showing you guys how to refinance your auto loan by using LendingTree step by step. I'll show you what the process looks like, what it's like applying, and how to avoid common mistakes that trip most people up. By the end of this, you'll figure out how to use LendingTree to find the best refinancing offer for your auto loan. So keep on watching this if you want to save some real money. Even if you've never done this before, I'll keep it super simple and walk you through step by step. So let's get into it. What is LendingTree? First up, let's clear something up. LendingTree is not a bank. Instead, they're kind of like a marketplace, kind of like Expedia, but for loans. You'll fill out one simple application and LendingTree will show you multiple different offers from different lenders that want your business. So this is super cool because you don't have to jump from website to website or call different banks. You can see all those different offers from lenders all in one place. It saves time, effort, and honestly, a lot of confusion. But here's where most people mess up. They think that the moment they see those offers, they're done. No, because that's just the start. There are still a few steps to take before the deal is actually finalized, and I'll walk you through each one. Step one is making sure that you're even a good fit to apply. Before you even start filling anything out, let's make sure that LendingTree is the right tool for you in your situation. So you'll likely have the best experience with LendingTree if your credit score is 600 or higher, your car is less than 10 years old, you owe more than $7,500 on your car loan. Now, if your credit score is a little bit below 600 or your car is older than 10 years, you might still get offers, but the interest rates will probably be high and you might not have the best terms. Also, be sure to check your current auto loan because some lenders charge a prepayment penalty. That's a fee for paying the loan early, and if that applies for you, refinancing might not be worth it. So just take 5 quick minutes to read your loan agreement. If you don't see any early payoff fees and your credit score is decent, you should be good to move forward. All right, so step number 2 is actually starting your application. You're gonna go ahead and head to LendingTree's auto loan section. This is what it's gonna look like right here. And then you're gonna go ahead and scroll down to find your best offer. We're gonna go ahead and click this, and it's gonna ask you a few questions. I'll fill it out briefly with you guys. So how quickly do you need the money? Actually, let's just say we're unsure and we're just browsing rates. Okay, what's the vehicle make? Let's say that we have a Honda. All right, and let's say that we have a Civic or sedan. The next thing they're gonna ask is what's the trim style? So let's just say we have an EX CVT. After that, they're gonna ask you how many miles is on your vehicle. So let's go ahead and put something small like 15,000. And then it's going to ask you what's the remaining balance on your auto loan. Let's say that we have about $16,000 left on the remaining balance of our auto loan. Next, it's going to say, have you had a bankruptcy in the last 7 years? We'll go ahead and press no. What's your estimated credit score? We'll say this is kind of good, so around 620 to 679. What's your employment status? We'll say that we are full-time. And when did you start? We'll say that we started April 2023. Okay, and then this is going to ask you, who is your current employer? So let's just go ahead and say Target, and then we can say team member. Then it's going to go ahead and ask you your annual income. Right here, we're actually just going to put $30,000, and then we'll say we have 0 additional income. Next, how much do you have in liquid assets? We'll say that we have 0 as of right now. It's going to go ahead and ask you your address. Then it's going to ask you if you rent or own your home. We're going to go ahead and say rent. How long have you lived at your current address? We'll say that we've lived there for about 3 years. How much do you pay for housing each month is going to be the next question. What's your date of birth is going to be the follow-up question after that. Then it's going to go ahead and ask you your first and last name. And the last thing that it's going to ask you is your email address. I mean, yeah, guys, so that's pretty much how the application looks like. Filling this out only takes a few minutes, and it's honestly just a few steps with some simple questions. The great news about this is that it's a soft credit check, so you can actually browse all of your options without worrying if your credit score is going to drop. Just remember to be as accurate as possible with your info. That way you get the most relevant offers. And that's pretty much it. Once you're done with this application, you'll go ahead and press submit. Now this is the part where LendingTree really shines. After you submit your form, you'll see actual refinancing offers from multiple different lenders side by side. Here's what each offer will usually include: your new interest rate, your new monthly payment, the loan term, so like 30 to 60 months, and the total amount that you'll pay over the life of the loan. At first glance, it might be tempting just to choose the one with the lowest monthly payment, but make sure you don't get tricked. A lower payment often means a longer loan term, which could cost you more over time. You want to compare the total cost of each loan. Look at the interest rate, how long the term is, and if there's any other fees that are included. And yes, make sure that you click into each offer to read the details. Some lenders charge origination fees, late fees, or some other hidden fees that might not be obvious when you first look at it. So make sure that you're looking at the fine print. Just remember to take your time here and don't rush. This step can save you hundreds or even thousands of dollars if you choose the right one. All right, so step number 4 is to apply with your chosen lender. Once you find an offer that makes sense for you, click apply. And then after this, you'll be taken to the lender's website to complete the full process. Here's where you'll need a few documents that the lender will probably ask for, and these are going to include a copy of your driver's license, a recent pay stub or proof of income, proof of insurance, your vehicle registration, and possibly details from your current auto loan. Make sure that you have these documents ready because uploading them quickly can help speed up the process. Some lenders might give you the decision in 24 hours, others might take a few days. It just all depends on the lender and how quickly you respond. Here are a few tips to make things go smoother. I would recommend checking your email regularly because that's usually how they're going to communicate with you. I would also say to respond to any messages or phone calls from the lenders themselves. And then a quick tip is to actually have your documents scanned and saved as PDFs so that you can upload them quickly. Once you're approved, you're pretty much almost done. Step number 5 is just finalizing and signing the loan. Once the lender gives you that green light, they'll send you the final loan offer agreement. This is the contract that officially replaces your loan. And make sure when you're doing this to double check all the details. Here's what I mean. The interest rate should match what you were quoted. The monthly payment should be exactly what you agreed on. And the loan term and fees should be clearly listed. If everything looks good, you can sign the agreement electronically. From there, your new lender pays off your old loan. You don't need to talk to your previous lender or do anything manually because it's all handled behind the scenes. Your car stays with you, your plates don't change, and your registration stays the same. The only difference is who you're paying each month, and hopefully it's less than you were paying before. All right, and real quick, here's a bonus tip from me. A lot of lenders will actually give you a small discount if you set up automatic payments. So I would say if that's an option for you, go ahead and go for it. Or if you're somebody who just forgets to pay, go ahead and set up automatic payments to just make your life easier. And hey, you might even get a small discount out of it. All right, so let's talk about some pros of using LendingTree. Let's quickly talk about why LendingTree might be the smartest place to refinance. First, it's fast. You get matched with multiple lenders within a few minutes. Second is that it's convenient because one form gets you multiple quotes. So you don't have to go around having to apply to 5 different banks. Third is that they're transparent. You see real interest rates, monthly payments, and total loan cost all side by side. Fourth is it's safe to explore. Since the initial check is a soft pull on your credit, there's no harm in seeing what different options that you have available to you. And finally, the most obvious one, it can lead to serious savings. If you got stuck with a high interest rate when you first bought your car, applying with LendingTree to auto refinance could possibly get you a lower interest rate or maybe even lower monthly payments, possibly reducing how much you have to pay in total. All right, so here's some cons that you want to watch out for. Now, as good as it is, LendingTree isn't perfect. You might start getting a lot of calls and emails once your information is submitted. They are all legit lenders just following up, but it can feel a little bit overwhelming. But here's a quick hack. To deal with this, you can just use a separate email to apply for all of your loan stuff. And then you can just let all of the unknown calls go to voicemail until you're ready to talk. Also, just be aware that every lender that pops up isn't going to be amazing. Some might have higher fees or worse customer service than others. That's why you really need to read the reviews and do your homework before committing. Remember that LendingTree is just a tool. It's up to you to use it wisely. All right, so let's get into some frequently asked questions. Is LendingTree legit? Yes, they've been around since the 1990s and they work with dozens of well-known lenders. The platform itself is secure and transparent. Does using LendingTree hurt your credit? No, like I mentioned, the initial check is just a soft check. Only when you apply with a certain lender, there will be a hard inquiry. And honestly, that's pretty normal for any loan that you're going to get. Can I refinance with bad credit? You can try, but the options might be limited. If the offers you get are worse rates than your current loan, it might just be worth holding out until you can improve your score. What if I owe more money than my car is worth? Well, this is called being upside down. Some lenders might still refinance, but they might roll the difference over into your new loan. Just be cautious with that because you don't want to dig yourself into deeper debt. How soon can I refinance after purchasing my car? Usually you can refinance 60 to 90 days after purchase. But the longer you wait, especially if your credit score improves, the higher likelihood of you getting a better deal. Refinancing your car doesn't have to be confusing. With LendingTree, the process is simple, fast, and gives you a clear picture of your different options. Because it's not about just finding any loan, it's about finding the right loan, one that actually saves you money in the long run. So take your time, compare your offers, and don't be afraid to say no if something doesn't feel right. At the end of the day, your money should work for you, and a smart refinance can make that happen. If you're looking to get started, I've dropped a link in the description to LendingTree's refinancing page. If you do use that link, it does help the channel out, so it would mean a ton, but go check it out and see which offers are available for you. But other than that, it's been Alex, aka your money friend. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.